Hey everybody, it's Valis Games here, and today we're going to play the Stanley Parable. Game's a little bit older, but fantastic. So we're going to get right in here and see.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Yes, it is.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
It's pretty simple.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Poor Stanley.
Stanley was happy.
Oh, if he was happy, then that's all that matters, I guess.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Interesting.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happen. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
You're right. That's exactly what I did. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
They're having a secret disco. I doubt that. But that would be awesome. So, Stanley does a job kind of similar to me. In the sense that he sits at a desk all day. I do too. But I answer phones. So it's a little bit different. Not quite as boring as pressing buttons. But not super exciting either. Let's go. Okay, none of these open. I'm going to stop trying to open doors.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Stanley may have done that. Walker's not going to do that.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
That's exactly what I wanted to do. I love that guy's voice, by the way.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Yes, it is.
It had really been worth the detour after all.
Beautiful.
Just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Can I literally drink? That's not fair. Da 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 da.
Yeah. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Once again, I did not. I can't close it either. That's disappointing.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Well, Stanley's wonderful at following directions. I'm not. Okay, whoa. That's scary. I wonder... So I know this game has multiple endings. I wonder if throwing myself off this edge is one of them. We'll find out later, though. Let's see, is there anything over here? No, let's do this.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Screw off, man.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh, for her.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
How very sweet of her. So I'm a neglectful husband, or brother, or cousin, or whatever I am. Oh, shit.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
No.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
I sure did.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
I'm an
You
ass.
actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second.
I'm an
Did I
individual,
just see it?
man.
No, that's
I do
not
what I
possible.
want.
I can't believe it. How had I not
What?
noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Ha! You did
I
it.
can't believe I was
Yes.
so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation?
I
Well,
sure
I
didn't.
won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Oh,
Please observe
are you?
this helpful instructional video.
What?
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But
Yes,
if
it
used
is.
incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house.
Oh, God.
Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a
Yes.
person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn
What?
to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Okay. My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals
just tying
recommend
his
making
tie
at
for
least
him.
8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you
What's
begin
this?
to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this
Thank you.
time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Will he? Or she?
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
Whoa.
But not to worry.
Danger
Now that you're
everywhere.
properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. What's that say? Please. This way, please. Yes, sir. Alright. Where are we going now? Ah! You're gonna let me step off, are you?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately,
Okay.
it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
No, it's not. Because it's a game. Duh, that's creepy. I would not go through a door that just opened for me, by the way. You're gonna try to send me in here, aren't you? Oh, no. Okay. Guy's just holding my hand.
Almost there.
Oh, you're gonna make me pick the door.
Left, back to the correct ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Sounds great.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
When Stanley heard the narrator tell him what to do, he went through the door on his right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
What is going on? Oh, is... What? Oh, it's gonna make me... That's no fun. Fine. I went the right way. Mysterious voice, man.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that you... My story. You've destroyed my work. Why? For what?
I'm an
What
ass.
did you get out of that? What
we
did you think
established
was
this
so
earlier.
special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless. What am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge.
You're right.
I'll have to live with it forever.
You'll have
Reliving
to
its
erase
impossibility
your memory.
forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To
No,
willingly
it's
destroy
not.
all of my
What
work?
are you doing?
I don't know. What's the answer?
Don't you
What
dare.
do I do? What do I
Don't
do?
you dare shut anything down.
No,
Wait.
I have to. I have to shut
No.
the game down.
No, you don't.
I have to.
You don't.
I have to.
What the hell? That's a creepy noise. Ooh. Oh!
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever.
I am.
Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
Happy New
You
Year!
just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Whoa!
That thought
Angry
hadn't
there.
even occurred to you, had it?
No.
That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Thank you.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so
Spoiler.
perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
Whoa.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Should I go through that one again, guys? I have a serious suspicion that if I go through that one again, it will just put me at the same result that I just had, and I don't want that.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Push for funding of R&D of new coffee machine. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire paper guy. Oh, this is a stand-up company. What is the boss man reading? Oh, I can't read any of that. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Yes, I am. Thank you. You gonna switch slides? Giving you a chance. Number of slides on this slide. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful presentation. Let me in. Fine. I don't like you anyway. Let's see.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Oh, green.
Stepping inside his
Very
manager's
nice
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
What?
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Yeah, I didn't think it would pick it up.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
No.
Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do.
Yes.
I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right.
I did.
You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on
What?
his left.
What is this?
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door.
The end?
Are you listening to me?
What?
Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
What?
It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right.
That was an ending?
I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Okay. That was an ending. But the end is never the end. Is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Loading. Interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It means... Is there something on the screen? No. It means that's the video. This is an interesting game. That was a strange ending, but I've heard there's tons of them. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like down below or a comment. That would be awesome. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure to do that. It's awesome. I hope. I really hope. And I will see all of you awesome people in the next video. Take care. Have a wonderful day.